For all the talk about patchworks and two-speed economics, the federal budget has boiled down to a debate about toughness. The government's adamant it struck the balance between cuts, compassion and opportunities for jobs. But the budget's still deep in deficit, and the opposition leader Tony Abbott says that proves the Treasurer's been lazy in putting it together. Our coverage tonight begins with Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simpkin in Canberra.
Politicians talk of applying the blowtorch.
Oh, there we are.
Few take it literally. Julia Gillard's trying to shift the political debate from the carbon tax and asylum seekers to job seekers.
No cameramen were injured in the making of this film.
The budget contains billions of dollars for training places and apprenticeships, along with stricter measures to get people off welfare and into work.
This is a Labor budget through and through.
The core of this budget is our commitment to jobs, jobs and more jobs, Mr Speaker.
It's not the skills deficit that's worrying the opposition. The budget's $50 billion in the red, worse than predicted 6 months ago, although Treasurer is projecting a surplus in 2 years' time.
I'm about to turn 21. No Labor government in this place has ever delivered a budget surplus in my lifetime. Why should anyone believe you now?
We will come back to surplus in 2012-13 because we have put in place very strict fiscal discipline.
The budget contains $22 billion worth of savings and $19 billion in spending.
Hey Joe, extra special haircut for the budget. Have some cuts.
Middle-class welfare gets the biggest cut. Billions of dollars will be saved by ending or freezing tax breaks, with families earning more than $150,000 hit the hardest.
This is a government which thinks that a policeman married to a nurse is part of a super-rich family.
Tony Abbott calls it class warfare.
The average battler is going to look at this budget and say, this is a government without a heart, without a soul, without a policy, without a plan.
But while the opposition argues the budget's too tough on some,
it's heavy weather for them.
It thinks it's not tough enough in general.
We're going to do everything we can to put the pressure on the government to call an election, because this budget is completely out of touch with the interests of the Australian people.
The Greens are threatening to amend, but not block.
I'd prefer to do it by negotiation with the government. That's the reasonable and sensible thing to do.
It's an unusual day after. The government delivered a deficit but is selling a surplus. It's still 2 years away. The opposition's on the attack but not saying if it'll oppose any measures, although that could become clearer tomorrow with Tony Abbott's budget reply. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.